Dale, man.
He holds a contest by the name of Flip Lab. My guy Ricky, how are you doing up there, man? Make some noise! He's gonna do his fucking happy shit. Let's go!
Yo, what is up, guys? My name's Ricky Morgan. I'm with the Flip Lab.
Let's go, Ricky!
Thank you, Ramon, for having this event. Guys, I got 10 minutes, so one ask, it's super loud in here. If you guys could get really quiet for the next 10 minutes, trying to make the most out of my time. If you guys want to talk, just go outside. All right? Seriously, guys, be quiet. Because this information today will change your life. Quick story, I quit my last job in June of 2019, and 2 days later, I came to this exact hotel to All In Momentum event. It was an event just like this, at this very hotel. And I was sitting in the back row somewhere. You know, I wasn't a very good student in school, so I was sitting in the back row. And after that, I just started buying deals. And now 2.5 years later, I'm on stage talking to you guys about my real estate business. So you guys could definitely do it. I want to break down my actual business. So like I said, I started about 2.5 years ago, just me and my business partner, Steve. I live out here. We actually flip houses out in New Jersey. So if anyone's looking for a virtual market and you're thinking New Jersey, let me know. I'm definitely your buyer there. But he's boots on the ground out there. He does all of our rehabs. I do all the acquisitions and marketing. Our partnership works because we had very different skill sets. I came from a corporate 9-to-5 sales job, and he was already burning properties, building up a rental portfolio. So when we kind of combined our two skill sets, him having the rehab experience, me having sales experience, worked out pretty well. So we're just on year 2 of our business. We have no employees. We don't have any office space. All of our expenses goes towards marketing. So if you look, this year in 2021, we have only done 13 deals. So it might not sound like a lot. Some people talk about, you know, how many deals they're doing. But if you look, our average deal size is $65,000. Guys, please be quiet over in VIP. So $65,000 per deal. You don't need to do volume to make a lot of money in this business. And that's, I think, something I want you guys to know. You're only a few deals away from being able to quit your corporate job. So if you look, we mostly are closing on properties. We don't do a lot of wholesaling out in New Jersey. Assigning deals are a little difficult. We did when we first started out, and we didn't have capital, but now we have private money, so we close on most things, and then we just figure out what we're gonna do with them. So we either fully renovate them. On those, we're averaging, you know, about 100,000 on our full rehabs. On as-is flips, you know, less. We'll take smaller deals, but if you work on buying deep deals, the rest of real estate gets pretty easy. It's hard to fuck up a flip if you buy it at 30% of the ARV. A lot of things could go wrong and you're still making money. And when you're starting out in this business, you got to make sure that you're making money. You don't want to go in the red by spending too much money on marketing, growing too fast, and then you're out the game in a year. So we spend about $15,000 a month on marketing. I know Ruben talked about marketing. Guys, all marketing works. It's just a matter of being consistent. This business is all about being consistent. So find an avenue that fits in your price range and be consistent with that for at least 3 months. Get good at that, see a good ROI, and then continue on adding new marketing channels once you start really closing deals and making good money. So, you know, our business, if you look, you know, we've done $850,000 in revenue this year off of just $120 in expenses. And then me and my business partner split all of that because we have no employees. So we're very involved in our business, but like I said, this is year 2 for us. I think if you're at year 2, you should be in your business. You know, I'm not Sean Terry yet back there. I still got to be on the phones. So guys, this I think is a very relatable type of business for you guys to start out with. Start some marketing and then learn how to buy low. This is really important, guys. I would take a picture of this because this is the reason why we're averaging $65,000 per deal. So how do you buy low? When you're talking to a seller, what you want to do is you want to qualify people out. So you're trying to tell them why they should sell their house other ways besides selling it at wholesale price. So ask them, hey, why don't you sell it with a realtor? Why don't you fix it up yourself and do the rehabs and then list it yourself? That's how you'll get more money for the property. A lot of people think that's the opposite of what you should be doing. But in this type of a sale, guys, you're not going to convince someone to sell their property for pennies on the dollar. You have to find right situations, and that brings me to the next point, is find problems to solve. The bigger problem that you can solve for a seller, the more money that you're going to put in your pocket. So if someone has no distress, no problems, they have no reason to be selling for a discount, you're not going to convince them otherwise. It doesn't matter how good you are at sales. So you have to be focused on solving people's problems. Are they going through a divorce? Are they, going through a pre-foreclosure? Did they inherit a property? Things like that. So when you come in as a trusted advisor, you give them options, they're going to be more open to opening up about what's really going on with the property. Most people, when you get on the phones, they're not just going to say, oh yeah, my mom died yesterday and I'm bankrupt. I need to sell it for cheap. People aren't going to do that. So really focused on solving sellers' problems. And the last thing is don't make offers, guys. Never be the first one to make an offer. You always want to come in last. If they're gonna get multiple offers, you tell them, hey, you get offers and just give me the benefit of the doubt of I'll be the last one that you talk to. And I'll see if I can beat those offers. Sometimes though, you don't even have to do that. It's just a matter of the seller's first question is always going to be, what is your offer? That's the most common question when talking to sellers on the phone. You need to know how to combat that. And the way to do that is by explaining to them, hey, this is your property. You've been living there for 20 years. It's been in the family. You talk to the neighbors. I just got on the phone with you. I haven't been to the property. I don't know what I could pay for it yet, but I'm assuming you do. Because think about it, guys. Like if you guys have a car and you want to sell it on Craigslist, you have a price you're going to post it for. You already have an idea of what you're going to say yes to if someone makes an offer to you. So it's very important that you guys focus on not making that offer, because guys, a lot of the times if you make an offer, you'll still get a deal, but instead of making $80,000 on your flip, you're cutting yourself off at $40,000. When the seller would have been happy giving you an extra $40,000 in equity, you would have solved everyone's problems, but giving offers, you're selling yourself short. So you definitely don't want to be doing that when talking to sellers. So the biggest takeaways when you guys are talking to sellers, guys, is try to qualify people out, try to push them away, use that psychology where people are like, damn, maybe he doesn't want my house. Why doesn't he want my house? Why is he giving me these other options? Because so many people are just going and giving offers without even seeing the properties. So come in as a trusted advisor, find people's problems, solve those problems, and that's how you're going to get paid big spreads.
Ricky for president!
And the last thing, guys, I want to leave you on because I want to keep it to 1 minute. If I could ask everyone to pull out your phone and scan this QR code. I started a podcast. I got inspired by Steve Trang's Real Estate Disruptors podcast. That inspired me to get into this business. So I wanted to give back and do the same thing. So I started a podcast. I actually have episodes with the Wholesale Sharks, with Zach Keeps, who's speaking later today, Jacob Blank, Max Jimenez. Hopefully Sean Terry will get on the Flip Lab podcast one day. That'd be pretty cool. So I want to give back to the Wholesale Sharks because Ramon has given back to me so much. Before I did a deal, he invited me to his office and just kind of gave me all of the information I needed to build $1 million, real estate business in my first full year. So I'm giving away free coaching for a year to someone that subscribes to the Flip Lab YouTube channel, click on Ramon's podcast with Rodrigo, and comment Wholesale Sharks. I'm going to pick one person to coach for the next year or until you get your first deal, which I think we can make it happen a lot sooner, guys.
Let's go, Ricky!
Thank you so much.
Let's go! Let's hear it, give it up. Bring up the crates, everyone. All right, so
My God, you fucking crushed it.
Thanks, bro.
I think it's a raffle.
Let's go. That's You did good.
I did good?
You did very good.
Thanks.
You quiet everybody down. You did very good. You did very, very good. Good shit, man.
Thanks,
Who
man.
wants, here we go.
You killed it, bro. I'll be honest with you, bro. You killed it, bro. You killed it.
Thanks, bro.
Well done.
Thanks.
Very good. Great job.
Appreciate it. That's how we do it in the Flip Lab.